All right, let's talk about zombies. The zombie idea started in 2012 or 2013. It's actually one of my earlier trips down to the Private Stock factory, and it started with a finish, and Paul Miles had a finish sample up on the rack. I remember it was this rainbow gradient. It looked a little like the Al Di Meola gradient prism finish, and it went like yellow to purple, yellow to blue, all the way down rainbow. But there were a couple sections of it that had this kind of like green and purple undertones, and they showed through and made the finish just look like a little grittier, less you know, saturated than a normal rainbow finish would be. And I looked at that sample and I said, let's take this rainbow and let's stretch it out a little bit. Let's get rid of the bottom blues. Let's get rid of the top yellows, and let's stretch these middle sections out and try and add some more of those greens and purples. And it came out in this kind of like sludgy rainbow mashup of colors. And this is the first one. This was the first zombie finish. It looks a little different now. They went back a little bit to that kind of rainbow vibe, but this is the way it looked at first. It came down to the oranges. It went down to the purplish green, and you can see all those highlights coming through. And you know, we used to name the colors, and sometimes we still do name the colors, and we said zombie fade. You know, I'm a big fan of horror movies. I'm a fan of zombies, and the first thing that came to mind was this would be a rainbow fade if a zombie got to it, and here's zombie fade. And since then we've been running with that idea, but how it started was with a finish color. I'll show you the rest of this guitar a little bit. It has a couple things on it, mammoth ivory birds that they don't do anymore. This was prior to Paul's guitar, so it was called something else at the time. And it has a Macaret back, which is a African mahogany style wood. I believe it's referred to as cherry mahogany from time to time. And anytime we see a piece like this, we grab it. It's really important to us that the back of the guitar be aesthetically pleasing, just like the front. Heel cap with the mammoth ivory birds, all sorts of great stuff on this guitar, but front and center, zombie fade. This one right here is a current walking zombie guitar. It's Paul's guitar finish, so we didn't use the zombie fade. We do all sorts of walking zombie guitars and all sorts of finishes now, and we make them match aesthetically. We do simple things like this, zebra humbuckers that match a frostbite finish. So even these little ideas, such as the plastic color on the pickup, is going to make us think about what we want the rest of the guitar to look like. You know, you got the black and the white all the way through, and some of our ideas might start as simple as that, the pickup color. How do we match things to that pickup color? So nothing about the finish is zombie themed, but the fretboard is the Walking Zombie inlay. This is actually Walking Zombie version 2. Version 2 is where the characters are fighting back now with an axe and a chainsaw. Version 1, the characters are falling behind and about to get eaten by zombies. So that's version 1. Version 2 is a fight back, and maybe at some point we'll see a version 3. We'll see. This inlay is made of ebony with flame maple behind it, and the flame maple matches, again, the most consistent shade of charcoal in the frostbite glow finish. Walking Zombies are capped off with a vulture headstock. When we came up with this inlay idea, I wanted the headstock inlay to still be a bird, but I didn't want it to be the usual eagle, so we went with a vulture, staying with the horror kind of dark theme for the zombie inlay. There is also a hand breaking through the earth for the truss rod cover. And most zombies, if they're double cut, will also have a glass eye inlaid in the heel. This is one of those ideas that when I threw this at the Private Stock team, they kind of laughed me out of the room, and then all of a sudden, a couple months later, I'm getting pictures from Paul Miles, text messages, hey, I think I got this, I think I can do this, I think I can do that, hey, I tried this, but the eyeball deteriorated and the guitar melted, I have to throw this neck away. Hey, I got it this time, and here we are. So It's the only thing we do glass eyes in is our guitars with zombie themes. And we've tried all sorts of other iterations. I've tried to ask him to put an LED behind it. We went down that road for a little while and we threw that idea away. And anyway, so that's the walking zombie. One thing that's important to us with any of our exclusive inlays with Paul Reed Smith, whether it be Walking Zombie or Nightfall or the Birds and Leaves, whatever it may be, we try to not ever repeat the same guitar twice. So we use obviously the same inlay pattern, but I don't have plans to ever do another Frostbite Glow Paul's guitar with a zombie inlay. So if a customer calls and they want a walking zombie, I try and walk them down a path that will get them a totally unique guitar. It's important to me that these exclusive and custom inlays are as close to truly one of a kind as they can be by not repeating them exactly. We've sold these guitars to some great players and great collectors. We've sold these guitars to famous folks, you know, most notably Frank Darabont, who created The Walking Dead, bought a few of these. Nicest guy on earth, and we are so pleased and honored that he wanted these guitars and called me up and he had to have them. We met him out at the NAMM show. Great time. And there's other actors that own these guitars now and things like that. And it's a great thing, and it's something that we really enjoy about the Walking Zombies is the you know, group of owners that appreciate these guitars so much.